Alright, so for delete link functionality, we first need to create our service. So in our services, link service, I'll go to iLink service interface, and here I'm going to define one more method which will be of task delete link casing. It will not return anything because we are deleting the link. Then delete link casing, and we'll have two parameters here. One is long id, which will be actually link id, and then string user id to validate if this link belongs to this user only. Alright, now let's go to link service, and here we'll define this method. We have this delete link async. So first thing, we'll simply create our context, await using what context equals underscore context factory dot create db context. Alright, now from here we will get the link from the database. So we'll say var link equals await context dot links dot first dot default async, and here we'll say l dot id equals id, and l dot user id equals this user id. All right, and now we will check if link is null. That means either this id does not exist or this id or this link does not belong to this user. So we'll simply return from here. We will not do anything. If that's not the case, we'll simply say context dot links. Yeah, we need to delete link analytics as well. Context dot links dot remove link, and before that, let's do this. We'll say link dot include. So we'll include link analytics as well if we have any. Then before removing this link, we'll check if link dot link analytics dot count is greater than 0. If we have any link analytic for this link, we'll simply say context dot link analytics dot remove range link dot link analytics, and then we'll remove link. Either in ideally in a production environment, production app, you would not delete this, you will maybe implement soft delete functionality. In that case, what we can do, we will not remove link analytics. On this link we will have a is deleted property, and then whenever we are displaying the links, we will simply check is deleted equals false, and now when we are deleting it, we'll simply set that is deleted property to true, so that it will be soft delete functionality. All right, but in this, because this is simple demo app, I'm just showing you how to do things, and we are just creating this simple project. So for this, we are okay to delete this. All right, and after this, we'll simply say await context.save changes async, and we are good with this. All right, we'll simply copy this because we need to define this method at two different places as well. So after this method, we'll go to our link endpoints, and here we'll define one more endpoint for this. So we'll say links group dot map delete. This is going to be a delete endpoint, and the URL will be the /API/links/link ID. That's all. So here we'll say /link ID, which will be of type long. All right, this is going to be the parameter for this. Then here we'll define the handler for this minimal API endpoint. So async, first we will have this long link ID. Then we'll simply inject our iLink service, link service, and we'll have our claims principal. this principal. All right, and then we'll simply first check. We'll use something like this thing. So we'll do this. We will get the user ID from principal, then we'll verify this user ID, link ID. This should be link ID. And no, we don't need to verify anything because we are just having link ID as a parameter, right? Yeah, we can skip this. So now we have user ID. After this, we'll simply say await link service dot delete link async, and we'll provide link ID and user ID. And after that, we'll say simply return results dot no content. All right, and now we are good. So our endpoint is ready. Now let's go to our client project services and iLink API for this Refit interface. So here we'll define same task of delete link async. We need long link ID, and this is going to be a delete request, and the URL is going to be /API/links/this link ID. That's all. Now we'll go to our link API proxy, and here we'll simply implement that method delete link async. Here we'll say underscore link API dot delete link async ID, because this just needs ID. We can skip this user ID without any problem. So because this will go to the API endpoint, and on API we are getting that from claims from the authentication cookie. All right, so we are good with this. Now all this backend related stuff is ready. Now let's move to UI. So we'll go to our client project, pages, app, and mylinks.razor page. And for this also we need to have some confirmation that if user actually want to delete this link. So for this, what we'll do, we'll simply go to our code, and here we'll say private, let's say link DTO. And here let's make it nullable. So we'll follow the approach we are following for edit link. Here we'll say delete link, default value for null. Okay, or maybe let's call it delete confirmation link. All right, we'll set this delete confirmation link when we are clicking on this delete button. So here we'll say @on click equals, we'll say underscore delete confirmation link equals this context. All right, then we need to have that modal pop-up to display that confirmation box. So for that, we'll simply add a if condition here. We'll check if delete confirmation link is not null. Then you need to render something, render that confirmation modal. So for this, what we can do, we can have that modal directly here. And in this modal, we need to provide title. So in title, we'll say, let's say confirm delete ? All right. Then on close. So on close, we'll simply set this delete confirmation link back to null, so that it gets, this component gets re-rendered. This will be not null, this will be null, and this modal will be removed from the UI. Then we need to define our child content for this and footer content. So we'll define both. So child content and then footer content. So in child content, we'll simply, let's have a p tag. Here we'll ask, do you really want to delete this link ? Which link? Then we can have one more P, and here we can display the link. So we'll say underscore delete confirmation link dot short link, short URL, and then we can display the long URL as well. So we'll say small, and we'll display the long URL here, so that user knows that what is the short URL, what is the long URL, which URL actually user is trying to delete. So long URL like this. All right. Now in footer content, we are going to have two buttons. Again, one for cancel, one for delete. So let's copy those buttons from this edit link modal. We'll go to edit link modal, and from here we have this footer content. So let's copy these two buttons. Come back and here define these two buttons. You can have this thing in a separate component as well if you want. Alright, I'm just showing you both the approaches. We can have that separate component approach, which I'm using for edit link, and for delete confirmation I'm having rendering that model directly on this page. Alright, so we have close button, we have save changes button. So this close button, on close, what we'll do, we'll simply set the confirmation link to null. The same thing, we'll do this thing, and instead of save changes, we'll say delete. Okay, and we'll make it btn danger. And then when we're clicking on this, now on this page, this is not a part of any form, so we'll make it input type button. And then we'll have one on click handler here, and we'll say, let's say delete link async, like this. Now UI is ready. Let's define this method, delete link async, the logic to delete the link. So here we'll say private async task delete link async. Here first thing we'll set is loading to true. Alright, then we'll say await link service dot delete link async. We'll pass ID, which is link ID. So we'll say delete confirmation link dot ID, and user ID, which is underscore user ID. Here we know this is not going to be null, so we can simply have this null forgiving operator. Now the link is deleted. After that, we'll set this is loading to false, and after setting this is loading to false, we'll set underscore delete confirmation link to back to null, so that this modal pop-up gets removed from this UI. And after that, because we removed some link, we need to refresh the grid. So then we'll say await underscore grid dot refresh data async, and now we are good. Here we know grid is not going to be null. Now this delete functionality is fine. Let's quickly test it out. Alright, it's here. Let's go to my links. First one, abcd/123. Let's try to delete it. We have this confirmation. Do you really want to delete this link? And this is the link. We can close this, nothing will happen. Delete, close it, nothing is going to happen. Then we'll delete, and now if I delete it, let's see this 1 2 3, and it got refreshed, and now we should not have that link here. 17 items. Let's quickly try one more. I'm deleting it, delete it, grid got refreshed, and now we have 16 items. So that means delete functionality is working as expected. From here, let's quickly check this ABCD (A equals B). Delete, and it got deleted. We don't have that A equal to B now. Alright. So delete functionality is also working now. Now we can move to this view details page. But before that view details page, because on this view detail, we want to show the analytics. And when we say analytics, that means it should show number of clicks on that short URL. But we don't have that functionality which tracks the number of clicks on this short URL, right? So before working on this view details, we'll work on this functionality, which is tracking the clicks on this short URL. Alright, so that's we are going to do next.